Two more eggs, two more eggs. Hey guys, PIEGUYRULZ here, and I want to talk about something that I find very irritating. They're these series of shorts that air on Disney XD called Two More Eggs. These shorts are sectioned off into several sub-series. There's a series about video game minions, there's a series about characters that exist in CG, there's a series about a narrator who picks on these kids in this town, a series about Dip, and a series about a character named Double. If you would like to see any of these shorts, here is the link to the playlist. Now, these were made by the same guys who made Homestar Runner, and, well, I can't really say anything about that because I've seen a few episodes of Strong Bad's emails, but other than that, I have not really seen any of the stuff, so I don't really know if this is similar or not, but it looks to be pretty similar, especially in the animation department, which is, well, it's internet-grade animation. It's a lot better than anything I could pull off, but it's not something you'd really expect to be on TV. However, these are shorts, so you can cut them a little bit of slack in that department. I watched every single one of these shorts they have in this playlist, and I can tell you, I did not find a single second of any of them to be funny. Seriously, none of them. I did not laugh or chuckle or smile once. The humor of these things is random. The jokes are that characters say and do things that are random. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Pie Guy, don't you like X, Y, and Z shows that all use random humor? Yes. And the thing about random humor is that, well, it's random, and it's kind of a crapshoot sometimes when it's going to work and when it isn't. Some creators know how to make random humor work very well by being so random and so out of left field that you can only laugh at how insane and ridiculous it is, while others make you just roll your eyes at how much crap they're just throwing at the screen in a desperate attempt to amuse you, when in reality none of it is working. It's tough to pull off and kinda hard to explain. All I can really say is that I think part of it has to do with the format of these and how they are very, very jokey, so you're very much expecting there to be a joke, so you're kind of prepared for it, versus a slightly more story-oriented show like Adventure Time, where when they hit you with a random joke, it's not always going to work, but sometimes it works because they do it really fast and you're not expecting a joke at all. And the fact that it's not just a joke, but a super out of left field joke, and the fact that it only happens really fast, makes it work. It also doesn't help that the people that made this clearly have a very specific style of random, and once you've seen some of their stuff, you kind of get a feeling for how they do their random stuff, and it becomes less surprising. They also do some parody stuff, like, why do basic video game enemies act so unusual? Or parodying the awkward-looking CG of yesteryear. And I just don't think any of it works. A lot of the stuff they make fun of is stuff that has been done to death. But here's the thing, it's a very specific style, and a lot of people like it, so it works for them. I understand that this sort of humor is very stylized, and there's some people that are gonna love this, and some people, like myself, that are gonna hate this. I don't really have much else to say because it's just straight up comedy. If you find the jokes funny, you'll like it. If you don't, you won't. But the real reason I'm talking about this, and the reason why I have a big problem with this series, is in the method of delivering it to me. See, these air in between episodes on Disney XD. And when they air them, they happen to be, oh, a tad repetitive with them. In the same 30-minute block, you might see the same Two More Eggs skit 3 or 4 times. And that's the biggest problem I have with this. Because even if you find this sort of thing funny, I can guarantee you, you will be very sick of seeing it again and again and again. At least, that's how it is for watching Disney XD live online through their streaming service that's available if you enter your cable provider. That's where I watch Disney XD, so I honestly don't know if this is as big a problem on the actual channel, but from what I've heard, it definitely is at least somewhat of a problem there. What makes this kind of humor work is the spontaneity of it. It feels somewhat improv, and you don't know where it's going next. At least, that's how I understand the appeal to be. Because once you know the punchline, once you know exactly where the random humor is going, there's not really much of a point to it. These are very, very bare bones in the animation style and storytelling and everything else. They exist just to tell you a joke. It's like a stand-up comedian. But you wouldn't want to go and see a stand-up comedian tell the same 4 jokes over and over and over again in his 30-minute set. That wouldn't be funny. You know the joke. If there's no variation or twist to it and it's just a repeat of the same joke, there's no surprise, there's no comedy, there's no fun, and there's nothing else to it but the joke itself. Heck, even when they're repetitive in airing the Gravity Falls shorts, at least I could still marvel at how nice that animation looks and follow along with the story. And if you've never seen any of the Gravity Falls shorts, they are like mini episodes of Gravity Falls. They're interesting and mysterious and fun and funny. Some of them tell little mini stories. And of course, they look just as fantastic as the regular show. Or, not the regular show, I mean the series proper, Gravity Falls. Yes, it does get repetitive to see that happening multiple times in one commercial break, and that's definitely Disney XD's fault, but there's more rewatch value in something like that than there is in something like 2 More Eggs. Also, by virtue of it airing at all means that it probably shouldn't have had this very specific comedy style that is hard for a lot of people to get into. This sort of thing is all fine and well for an internet series where people can watch it whenever they want, but if you're going to be forcing me to sit through something, you might want to make sure it has wide appeal. See, when you tune into a show, you know what that show is, so you can avoid the ones you don't want to see and plan to see the ones you do want to see. When there's shorts in between the show, you don't really have much of a choice. And of course, yes, you can mute the television or walk away or whatever, but still, it's pretty annoying. I'm all for airing little mini cartoons in between your cartoons. It's great that they have shorts, but if you're going to air them, please make sure you're not being very repetitive and airing the same one over and over again, and please try to make sure that the style of shorts you're doing are at least trying to appeal to a lot of different people, since you never know what show they're going to air between. PIEGUYRULZ, out.